starting a new series of webinars every month in conjunction with the Globe Miami Chamber of Commerce. Tiana and I have been talking for some time about doing a little bit more for the chamber down there. And so every month we're going to be bringing new content, new topics, new trainings, new helps to all of the businesses there in the Globe Miami area. This is our first kickoff with this. I say first kickoff. Last month we did a PPP and EIDL loan seminar that we did last month. But as far as content specific for the Globe Miami area, this is our first kickoff, and we're very, very excited to be joining you today. Couple housekeeping items. We'll have all of you on mute to get started today. As you have questions, I'll let Weston kind of control that as we get into that. But as you have questions, feel free to ask those questions. You can either put those in the chat box and type those in, and I'll be moderating this from the backside and make sure that Weston's getting to those. I'm sure that we'll have a question and answer period at the end as well. And I'll let Weston kind of, again, address that. I believe we got everybody's cameras off at that point. We will also be recording this, and we will send you links to this afterwards. So if you want to reference back to this information, you'll be able to get into that and have access to that to review that as well. Weston has sent me a number of links that I'll be emailing out to you shortly with resource and more content available for you that he's put together. And so I'll be looking for that email here in just a few minutes as well. So again, my name is Kevin Peck, the director of the Small Business Development Center. We cover Graham and Greenlee counties here. Most of you probably know who we are, what we do. We're basically funded by the SBA. We are not the SBA, but we are funded by the SBA and Eastern Arizona College. Our job is to basically provide no cost counseling to current businesses, those who are already operating, and those who are thinking about starting up a new business. We do provide one-on-one counseling and direction for them to help them get through that process. We do offer, again, lots of low-cost classes, seminars, trainings, workshops, whatever your individual business might need, or whatever the community as a whole needs. We try to bring those kinds of trainings into your community as much as we can. Really, our whole mission is just to be able to work with entrepreneurs, whether it's realizing that dream of starting up a brand new business, or whether we're working with existing businesses to try and help them continue to remain competitive in this ever-changing environment. This last year, just being able to just compete in a local setting and setting, and with the pandemic and everything that else has been going on, has really thrown us a little bit of a curve this last year. But our businesses have really risen up to the challenge and have done well. This isn't just an Arizona program. We are nationwide in everything that we do as part of the Association of Small Business Development Centers here statewide. Basically, just to keep it simple, all of our SBDCs are located at all of the community colleges throughout the state of Arizona. We also have a sister program called the AZPTAC, which stands for the Procurement Technical Assistance Center. They work with small businesses in contracting with the federal government, state government, helping you to find those opportunities, helping you to get into that system, and providing that assistance there. So they've been a great program that we've worked with for the last, I think, 9 years is how long we've had them here. Another great partner that we've just started working with in about the last 18 months or so has been the Arizona Commerce Authority. Many of you have heard about them. We've enjoyed a great partnership with them over the course of the last 18 months. They are Arizona's leading economic development organization. Of course, you can see here, their three-pronged approach to growing Arizona and Arizona's economy is to recruit out-of-state companies, to expand those operations here, work with the existing businesses that are already here to help them grow those businesses, and then to partner with entrepreneurs and companies to create new jobs in businesses. During the pandemic, they've rolled out a number of programs, the first of those being the Small Business Boot Camp. During the pandemic, in conjunction with the SBDC and other partners around the state, we were able to roll out hundreds and hundreds of webinars, trainings, and seminars dedicated to small businesses and helping you to thrive and to continue to grow and survive during this pandemic period of time. So you're welcome to go to their website, azcommerce.com. You can go into the small business section and find all of that information there for them. So, and then we're more than happy to provide more information to you if you need those links as well. Happy to get that to you. So today I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Again, we want to welcome Weston Wiltbank, the owner of WBNK Media. He's going to be our presenter today. This is the first part of a 2-session series. So for the next 45 minutes or so, Weston's going to be handling or going to be doing the training on this first one, which is Intro to Facebook Marketing. How to get set up, how to get started. What are some of the things that we should be doing that we maybe haven't been doing with Facebook? We're going to close this down about 10 to 11. We'll restart then up the next session. Those who are participating in the second session, you should already have that link for that. And in the second session today from 11 to 12, we will be going through more of the advanced social media, video, doing ads, using analytics to be able to do those kinds of things. So we've enjoyed working with Weston over the course of about the last year or so. Weston and I go way, way back. Well, I say way back. He's just a young thing, but we go back quite a ways. He's the owner of WBNK Media, and has been a driving force with small business, especially in the rural communities, in helping them to grow their businesses utilizing Facebook and other social media platforms. So Weston, with that being said, I will turn the time over to you, and I will be in the back moderating comments and helping to make sure we get everybody taken care of.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. Can everybody hear me pretty good? I mean, am I allowed to ask questions, by the way?
Absolutely.
Let me pull up my screen real quick. Let's see here. Oh, I have to allow my screen to be able to share. I just updated my my Zoom, so it's okay. Well, I guess that's not gonna work. Zoom.
I actually just made you a co-host there, Weston, so you should be able to
do it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's not. I might have to. Let's see here. I've never had problems before, and of course, there we go. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Looks good.
Okay, but the problem is you can't see me, right? No. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today. So, like Kevin said, I wanted to just go over some really basic stuff to Facebook. Today, we're going to be talking about, first of all, why Facebook, how to set up, your Facebook page. We do social media in general, but today, we're going to kind of narrow in on just Facebook, and then also how to identify some effective ways to use it, such as like creating content, where you can go to create content, how to come up with content ideas. So we really have a lot to cover. We don't have a ton of time. I know 45 minutes sounds like a long time, but really, we could talk about this topic forever. So let me pull this over real quick. Like Kevin said, that's me. I'm Weston. Let's talk about the first thing in social media, and that for me, clarity is everything. A lot of the time you'll be contacted. I'm sure many of you have been contacted by marketers throughout the state who tell you need to do X, Y, and Z, bringing out all these fancy terms about marketing online, right? And by the end of the phone call or by the end of the email, you're confused and you just really don't know where to start. That's totally normal. Especially if you're kind of new to the online space and doing things on social media, it can be a completely different world to understand how to navigate it. And so really today, what I want to do is take everything that you've probably been told about social media, everything that's confusing you, and kind of throw that out the window and clarify and solidify some things that you can do right after this conference to make sure that some things that you can do right after this conference to start promoting your business online. And really drive traffic through your door. And so it looks like quite a few of you will be staying for this session and the next one as well. So it's going to be packed with tons of content. Kevin actually has a whole book, not a whole book, but I think 4 or 5 different resources that I sent to him that we're going to be using today to help your business. So let's keep going. So one of the things is people ask me, you know, I've been alive a lot shorter of a time than a lot of people have been doing business. I'm only 24 years old. So I don't know, maybe some of you have been doing business longer than I've even been alive. And I come to people and they ask me, well, why social media? Why Facebook? And I'll tell you why. It's because it's all about attention. In order to advertise to somebody, in order to market to someone, we have to have their attention. Back in the day, that was the radio. Back in the day, that was TV. That was the newspaper. But now, 75% of all US adults have a social media profile, and they spend 2.5 to 3 hours every single day scrolling on their phone. There's no doubt, it's not a new thing. People are spending a grotesque amount of time consuming stuff on their smartphone. Something else is, you might be thinking to yourself, well, how is social media going to help me? You might serve someone who is, older. You might serve like a 65 and older community or something like that, like a senior community is your main demographic. And you might think Facebook or social media doesn't apply to you. That's not true. The largest growing demographic on Facebook is ages 65 and older. So really, no matter who your audience is, no matter who you're trying to target or what you're trying to do, Facebook has the attention of those people. And so it's a really, in my opinion, the most powerful advertising and marketing tool ever gifted to the earth. We have so many different options, so much information from Facebook, so many different options with Facebook, and the majority of it is free to be able to market your business. And so let's talk a little bit about why social media would be right for your small town business. First of all, like we talked about the massive attention, we kind of talked about the low cost. Most of us who are in a small business, we do not have an unlimited advertising budget. Totally fine, right? I'm the same way. We have budgets. We don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on ads. And the nice thing about social media is the ad costs are extremely underpriced, and the content that you put up there is free. And so you can get free exposure, and you can get ads that are extremely, extremely cheap. The next thing is that it's instant, right? First of all, you can instantly reach your customers, and you can instantly get feedback on how those things are working. So you're not in the dark at all about any of your marketing material. Every post that you put out on Facebook has metrics. By metrics, I mean numbers associated with that post. So you'll know how many people you're reaching. You'll know how many people are engaging. You'll know how much of your video they watched and why they dropped off and quit watching your video. And so as you we're going to talk about this later in section 2, but as you can take all that instant feedback and instant reach, you can begin to craft your message and take that feedback and pivot and adjust to different things. If anyone has any questions at any time, feel free to stop me. Now, even though social media has these amazing upsides, there are a couple of problems, and I assume these couple of problems are why some of you are here today. Problem number 1 is execution, and problem number 2 is patience and consistency. You might have a problem with execution if this sounds like you. I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to post. I don't know what to post. I'm scared I might mess up, right? I don't want my family members and my friends to make fun of me by trying to promote my business online or being in a video or something like that. I don't know what content I should be posting. If this sounds like you might have a problem with the execution. It's totally fine. Really, that's one of the most common things is not knowing what to do. And we're going to be answering all of those questions today. And the other one, like we said, patience and consistency. You might be thinking, hey, and I want to be upfront about this right now. A lot of people think, I want customers right this second, right now. And if I post on social media, if I start doing ads on social media, it's like a switch, right? I turn that switch on and I instantly should have customers coming through my door. And that's absolutely not true. So social media, in my opinion, is not right for you if you don't plan on being consistent and doing this on a regular basis for over a long period of time. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to take you years and years to get your first customer, but in order for the snowball effect, in order for this to work for you in your favor, this is going to take months and months and even years to curate where you might want to be. Something else is you might have said, I've been doing this for months already and I've got nothing. Don't worry, it takes a while. And this doesn't work for my business. Social media works for every single business. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, doesn't matter what you sell. Social media can find your customers and help you grow. So now that, does anybody have any questions to start out with? If not, we'll keep going. Like Kevin said, we're going to be starting with kind of just a page setup and walkthrough, and kind of how to make sure that your page looks the best that it possibly can. So let me get out of this real quick. We're going to do a mock kind of a page setup, if you will. And I don't know, does everybody here have a Facebook page? Let me ask this, I guess. Does anybody not have a Facebook page? Say me.
Can you put your hours in today?
No? Okay. Anybody? Yes, no? Okay, well, we're gonna go through this anyways. So to create a page on Facebook, it's really, really simple. Click up here in the top right, click create, and then you're gonna go scroll down to page. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna type in your page name. This is gonna be your business name, whatever that might be. Don't worry about, a lot of businesses wanna include LLC. Just include your brand name. It doesn't have to be LLC or anything like that. So for this one, I'm gonna put, I created a mock-up already, Weston's Construction. The next thing you're gonna do is click and find a category that is associated with your business. Facebook has hundreds of these, so just start typing about what you think it might be. So for me, I'm gonna put construction company right there. And next you're gonna write a description. In the description, really keep it short, keep it simple, to exactly what you provide. So I'm gonna put in probably Weston's Construction is a full service let's do this. Full service is a residential home builder. I'm gonna keep it simple and short so we don't have to sit here. You can kind of think about that a little bit longer. Don't put a whole lot of thought and crazy stuff into that. Just make sure it's to the point and it's easy for people to understand what you're doing. You click create page at the bottom. Next, we're going to be adding some images like a profile picture. So I'm going to add mine real quick that I already created. This is going to be your logo. Let's see if it's going to let me. Where did I put my logo? There it is. I built this little logo last night. Open that up, throw that in there. Weston's Construction. Add a cover photo. This is something that a lot of people get wrong. People want to put in a picture that they got off of their phone or they got off of Google, and they just want to throw it in there. One of the easiest places to go to find the exact dimensions of what you're trying to do, I guess before I say any of that, let me back up just a second. This cover image right here, so notice my profile picture went here. This cover image right here has specific dimensions. And if we don't stick to those specific dimensions, it's gonna look, blown out, pixelated, out of proportion. It's gonna look bad. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to Canva. Canva, canva.com. Right here in the top right, there's two versions of Canva actually. There's a paid version, but it's also free. The free version works phenomenally. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go over here to the search and you're gonna look up Facebook cover. And you're gonna click Facebook cover. Now, why we went here is because this is giving us the exact parameters, the exact pixels that we need already as a template to make our Facebook cover image. You can pick tons of different templates here on the left. You can really create one from scratch if you wanted to with stock imagery, maybe a photo of your team. You can upload a photo of your team here. For this example, I'm just gonna go with the really simple, let's do this one actually. A really simple, nothing crazy, Weston's Construction. Let's bring this out a little bit. You can manipulate the text to where it's different sizes. Let's just put it right here like that. You can even position it straight in the middle, which is what I'll probably do. And then I'm gonna make this guy just a little bit smaller. And then I'm just gonna download it. Download. Now, once I've downloaded, I'm gonna go back to Facebook. I'm gonna go over here to the left where I'm still uploading my cover image. I think I can drag and drop. Bam. Oh, didn't let me. Add cover photo. There it is. Open. And I'm gonna drag right where I want it. And notice this fits, right? So this is gonna look great on desktop. And it's also gonna look good on mobile. And that way you don't have any blown out pixels. It doesn't look ugly, it doesn't look unprofessional. And then I'm gonna click save. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do, there's still a lot of stuff to do. A lot of people get to this point and they think, great, I'm done. That's it. It's wrong. There's still a lot that you need to do. One of the first things you need to do is add a way for people to contact you, and that's gonna be right here at this button. So go ahead and click add a button. For me personally, I like to get, for people to contact me, I like Facebook Messenger. You can do anything you want. You can do call. I think you can do email. Whatever the best way is to contact your company, I would put that here. For a lot of businesses, it is a call now. But for me, I like getting a message. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. The next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over here to edit page info. So over here on the left-hand column, we're going to go to edit page info. Click there. And then we're going to start putting in some information. Now, it's not going to let you put in a username yet until you start getting some likes on your page. But once that happens, go ahead and enter a username. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I usually just put the first and last, so it'd just be Weston's Construction without a space in the middle as my username. Make sure your description is written well. Your categories are in here. The next thing is going to be your phone number. So I'm going to put my phone number, email, website. Let's see if it's even, let's just do, we'll just do an example. Location. You're definitely going to want to have an address listed here. So I'm just going to put whatever it might be. Okay, next thing you're going to want to do, your service area would be Arizona. You can even add different places like, so for example, a lot of you are in Globe. I would put, I live here in Safford, so I'd put Safford, Arizona. Maybe maybe I do work outside of my area. So if I was Globe, put in Globe, Arizona. Maybe I do work in, I'm going to sound dumb here because I don't know a lot of the cities outside. Go Superior. Maybe I do work in Apache Junction. But you get the point. Oh, there it is. You can add multiple service areas to your page. Next thing you want to do is add your hours. What you can do is you can click always open, but really you want to select the right hours. Select your hours here, your opening and your closing, and then you can go from there. This is a new thing because of COVID-19. Temporary service changes. I just click operating as usual, and then the rest of it, really, they added this new cool QR code. If you want to, so this is something really cool actually, because a lot of the time on business cards or on your website, I guess websites are different because there's a link, but any paper material that you might be giving to your customers, a lot of times it says follow us on Facebook, and then people have to go in and search. You can actually copy this QR code and put it on your business print material so people can scan that with your phone and follow you right away. And then that's it. That's all. So once you've entered all this information, like I said, you want to make sure that all of this information is there. Make sure none of it is missing. We want to make sure that there's no reason why, if someone was interested in your service or your product, there's no reason why they couldn't contact you. So once you've set up everything that you possibly could as far as the about section, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to invite people to like your page. Now, recently, Facebook's put a limit on how many people you can invite per day, and they're not necessarily advertising how many people that is. It's not only 50 a day or 60 a day. I don't know if there's a specific limit. You used to be able to select all your friends and send them all an invite, but now you have to go in one by one and invite. So what I would do personally, if this was my page, I would go in, I'd click see all friends, and then I would start selecting my friends. And I used to be able to select all, but it's not going to let me invite all 1,300 of my friends. And so go through, select 20 of them, click send invite, and keep sending invites until Facebook says, hey, that's kind of your threshold for the day. And then tomorrow I would go back and do the same thing over and over and over until all my friends were invited. That way you can get a really good amount of people following your page right out of the gate. So now that this is created, let's go back over to what we were talking about. We're going to be opening up this presentation now. Now that we've created our Facebook page and we've got a kind of a solid base, hopefully you stayed with me. Hope if you didn't catch all that right now, like Kevin said, we are recording this and you're going to get a copy. That way you can go back, and if you need step-by-step instruction, you can watch that. Now, you have a page, right? And a lot of you already have a page. Now, the biggest thing, and probably the biggest obstacle to doing anything on social media is content, right? Creating content, creating good content. You don't know what to put out there. You're not sure how to put it out there. You're not sure how to make it look good. Let's go through all of that. Kevin, how much time do we have left? Just so I kind of have an idea. Hello? Well, we're going to keep going. Can everybody hear me, by the way? Somebody say yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, man, it's quiet in here. Making sure everyone's kind of following along. So, like we talked about in the beginning, content creation is a long game. You might get discouraged when you start putting out content for the first few months. The first couple months you put out content and you're thinking, you know what, I only get 2 likes or only get 3 likes. Don't be discouraged. Content creation is a long game. This is going to take months and months and months to compound and build and to get to where you want it to be. I'll give you an example. We work with a construction company here in town, and we started about 3 years ago with their stuff on Facebook. And when we first started, we'd get some likes here and there, but really no traction. Fast forward to now, 3 years later, as we've been consistent every single month creating content, we ran ads at the same time, but now off of just our organic content, the stuff on our page, we're able to get usually about 1 person inquire about the product or service just from posting. So it didn't cost any money to send out, didn't cost any money. It was completely free on the page. Now that we've built over years and years and kind of this following and built value with our audience and created a relationship with those people who follow our page, we're starting to really get some traction and gather some leads and some customers and new clients just by simply posting on our page. So like I said, don't be discouraged if you feel like you're not getting the traction that you think you should be. That's going to take some time. Now, let's talk about content that creates value. This is where a lot of businesses run into kind of a wall. They think that they need to put up every single post needs to be a buy my product now, their special sale. It needs to, everything on their page is really sell, 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 or they're always talking about their business or the history of their business, which is fine. But they're just talking about things that to be quite frank with you, customers don't care about. Regular people really don't care about. And so when businesses do that on their page and they're just talking about themselves, sell, 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 they're not doing anything but trying to push their product onto somebody. What they're doing is creating noise. And that noise is just kind of background noise to their customers. Their customers aren't really listening. They're not really engaged with your product or your service. Well, they're not really engaged with you as a person. We have to understand why people are on social media. And that is, number one, to be entertained. I guess they're not in really any order, I guess. To be entertained, to be educated, and to develop relationships, right? They want to keep in contact with friends and family and develop new relationships with other people. They want to connect. And so we really have to understand the mindset of the people who we're talking to. We're not just trying to sell stuff. We're trying to build relationships, and we're trying to connect with these people. If we don't do that, we're going to be drowned out just like any other company would. And so before you go into creating any type of content, we need to ask ourselves a couple of questions. Number one, does this content help establish me and my company as an expert? Does it, that's one of the main things we want to do. We want to make sure that whoever is seeing your content on Facebook, your customers, your audience, we want them to know you're the expert in your field. For me, with this fictitious construction page, I want everybody in my area, in my town, who's following me to know I am the expert of all things residential construction. Number two, does this content provide someone who would use my services with some sort of value? Now, let me give you an example. Taking the construction world for an example, if I was a contractor, maybe what I would do if I wanted to sell more houses, maybe something that would provide someone with some value would be, what is the process of building a home? And doing a quick video on, how do you get started? Tons of people have never built a home in their life, right? And if you want to build a house, it can be really hard to know where to start. Here are the first 3 steps you should take in order to start the process of building a home. Number 3, is it clear what action I want my customer to take after they've read my content, watched my video, seen my picture, whatever that might be? We want to make sure we have a clear call to action. We want them to do something. And that might just be comment. That might just be liking. It doesn't mean they have to go and buy something, but it's just something that they can do to create a relationship with you, interact with you, engage with you. And the last thing, we kind of talked about this already, does this content help me develop a relationship with my audience? Remember, people are on Facebook to develop relationships. It's social media, right? It's not sell media, social media. So we have to be social. We need to build relationships with people who follow us. Now that we've kind of talked about what, the framework of content, just kind of transferring over to one of the bigger questions is, I don't know what to post. I do not know what to put out there. I wouldn't know what to put out there. I don't even know where to start. Now, to kind of combat this, I got this idea from a friend of mine who is in the advertising industry. And it's called the content creation template. And what this does is it helps you create 68 pieces of content in just about a half an hour. Kevin actually has a copy of this for you. We're going to rush through it real quick. That way, whenever you go back and watch this again, you'll know exactly what to do. You might think that some of these times are really tight and you don't have enough time to complete the task. But don't worry. It's really a sit down, get it done type of a process. No distractions, no anything, just pure thinking about content. So this is going to help you come up with different 68 pieces of content ideas to post on your pages. So let's go ahead and dive into that real quick. We're not going to do this entirely. I'm not going to give you the time to go through this, but I'm just going to shuffle through it real quick. And when you watch this later on, you can pause the video here and go through each step. So the first thing that you're going to do is write your overall goal as a business. What do you want to accomplish as a business? I'm not talking about a mission statement. I'm talking about what is your overall objective as a business on social media? What do you want? What does success look like for you on social media? I guess is a better question to ask. Take 3 minutes, write it right here in this big box at the top. The next thing that you're going to do is whatever your business is, you're going to break your business down into 17 main topics. Now you might be thinking, what? There's not 17 different topics about my business. Trust me, when you dig and start thinking, there are. There's a lot of things in your business that you wouldn't recognize as interesting because you're grinding inside your business every single day, right? There's a lot of things that you might not think are interesting or would be helpful to somebody else, but your customers would eat that up. For me, one of the things, I create a lot of content, and I actually did this myself. Some of the things I could break it down into are some of the things we've already talked about today. One of my topics could be setting up your page right? Creating content, ads, creating video. I can go on and on about, different things inside my business that I might think that I do on a regular basis for other business that I think, you know what, that's really not a big deal, but that would really help other people. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to order all of those in order of importance. So the first time you do it, just jot them down, just throw your ideas down. The second time you do it, kind of put them in order of importance, or order of relevance. What do you do most of the time? What's your business mainly focus on? Down to things that you might not focus on as much, but still services or products that you provide. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is flipping the page and writing each of these topics in these big spaces here, right? So just take 3 minutes, take your 17, put them in each one of these topic bars. Next, what you're going to do, and this is going to kind of be a tough one too, after you've written your topics here in the top, you're going to break each one of those topics down into 4 separate subtopics, right? And so, for example, if my first topic was creating a great looking Facebook page, one of my subtopics would be the profile image or the cover photo, like I talked to you guys about sizing it the right way, right? That's a subtopic of a main topic. And I can create a piece of content off of just that. And so now what we're doing is we're taking each of these subtopics now become an idea for a post that you can put on social media. And so this is how we come up with 68 pieces of content in just under half an hour. So when you have time after this video, in your free time, whenever, sit down, do this template. It's not going to be easy, but it's really going to pay off because you're not going to have to sit there and think. I mean, you guys are busy people. You have a lot of things to do in your business, and social media is just one of those things that sometimes falls to the bottom of the list. So if you already have topics ready to rock and roll that you can just create a quick piece of content on, you've already won probably 3/4, 80%, 90% of the battle. So congratulations, you've created 68 pieces of content. Now let's bring those to life. You might think, I got these awesome ideas, but I don't have pictures, or I don't know how to write or word it the right way. Don't worry. If you have the idea in your mind that content creation is hard and it takes a long time, throw that out your mind, because it's not true. Content creation is easy. I'm going to show you how you can do it right now. Oh, I didn't delete that slide. Look at that. Okay. So let's actually, let's escape this real fast. I'm going to show you how to create some awesome content. So like we talked about, go ahead and go to canva.com. Okay, once you're at canva.com, no matter what social media you use, there are different types of parameters, like we talked about, pixel sizes, image sizes, that's specific to that platform. For us, we're talking about Facebook right now. What we can do once we get here, you're probably going to use the free version. Like I said, the paid version is $12 a month. It gives you some access to some more stock imagery, and some different elements and text and stuff like that. But if you want the free, I used the free version for a while. This is a paid version. I used the free version for a long time, and it really did me well. So I think you can get by just using that. Going right over here to social media, and then clicking, oh, it's not here, Facebook post. Now this is giving us an exact parameter of how big a Facebook post should be. And now we have all sorts of tools to create really good looking Facebook posts. Now, before I start, I will say a lot of businesses, it's something that you, especially if you're in a small town, we want to really be authentic with what we're putting out there. We don't want to sound fake or sound made up. So please, please, please do not go onto other businesses' websites, copy something from their website and paste it on your Facebook post. That's not good. That's plagiarism. A lot of businesses do that. And it's totally inauthentic because your customers know what you sound like. They know how you talk. And if your Facebook posts aren't like that, I promise you, they're going to know. They're going to know you're not being authentic. And so with that, I would encourage you, take as many photos with your smartphone at your business of employees, of processes, of different things, actual photos with people in them. Actual photos at your business are always, always, always going to perform better than if it's just a stock image that came off of Canva. Today, I'm going to show you, I don't have any type of real stuff for Weston's construction. So today I'm going to show you just some of the tools that Canva provides to us to be able to create awesome content. So to start out, like I said, you have your blank canvas here, and it's super easy. It's a drag and drop process. So I have you're going to see all these different templates. So up here at the top, you have templates. You can scroll through and find a template that you like. For me, I have some recently used ones that I really like. I'm going to click see all, and I'm going to scroll down and find one that I think is going to be relevant to me. So let's see here. I like this one right here. This one looks kind of cool. I'm going to click it, and it's going to bring it big onto the screen here. The next, now with all these different pieces that are on here, I can manipulate them however I want. I can move these around. I can make them bigger and smaller. I can change the text, right? I can put different, I can add a different photo. Like if I don't want this picture of this mountain, which I don't. Moving down from up here at templates, moving down to uploads, I can upload anything that I want off my computer. So if you have a image that you want to use that you took from your business, upload it here, and you can throw it right inside of here. So if I clicked here, here's a client of mine, Enhanced Roofing. I just click it, and it puts it onto the canvas. The next thing that you can do is go down here to photos, and they have thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures that you can use. So for my example, I might just type in construction. Okay, you know what? I'm a residential home builder. This one's kind of cool. I like this picture. I'm going to drag it over. It's going to become my background. Boom. Awesome. Now maybe I want to add something. I guess going down, sorry, I'm kind of skipping around here. After you've added photos, you can also add elements. Now elements are things like if I wanted to add like a square or a shape or really anything, like if I wanted to add a hammer, like icon, I could add a hammer, right? I just type in hammer and I can put it in here. I can even change the color of the hammer that I want it to be. I can make it white just like the other stuff. Maybe I'll keep that in here. I'm just gonna make this really, really basic. Let us build your home. Let's see, maybe I want to make this a little bit bigger. Maybe I want to put it right there in the middle. I'm going to drag my hammer over here. I'm going to put Weston's construction. Bam. Maybe I wanted to add my logo to here, right? So that's something else I can do. So uploads, I don't have my logo in here, but I'll just click my device, scroll down to my logo, click my logo, open it up. Awesome, there it is. There's my logo. Now, here's something I don't like. I don't want this background around here. Well, that's easy. all I have to do is go over here to effects, click background remover. It's going to make my logo look really clean. It's going to remove my background. Let's see, let's move it up here where people can see. There we go. The next thing that you can do is after you've added some, some photos, maybe some elements, you can actually, if you don't want to use the template text that it already put here, you have a ton of different text options, a lot of different types of fonts that you can choose from. You can also get text templates here, so different fonts that go together really well. Something else you can do is add different types of styles and colors. You can add music if you're doing a video. You can actually do a video. You can search right here if I wanted construction. Construction. I can actually find different videos, stock videos, and drag them in here with some different music and put them in. And really make this content as unique as I want it to be. And so it's really, really easy and really a really cool resource to be able to create great looking content, really professional, great looking content. Now, once I'm done creating this piece of content, all I'm going to do is go over here to the top right. I'm going to click download. I'm going to download it to my computer. And that's really it. That is all. Now that I have it here, I can go back to Weston's Construction and you, as you already know, click create post, open here, add a photo, open it here, write something. We build houses. Like I said, something quick. Obviously you would put more effort into it than I'm just doing right now, but we're kind of pressed for time right now. So I would just click post. Just like that. And there it is, a really good looking post right there on your page. So let's kind of circle back to where we were. Kind of wrapping this up. Some of our key takeaways from today. First of all, please create content that adds value. Don't copy other people. Don't plagiarize. Don't try and sell stuff all the time. Think about what would somebody who needs my product or service, what would they be interested in consuming? Really think about that. Think about how to build a relationship with your customer, and create content that really just adds value to your audience. Next, use the content creation template. We have that. We're gonna send that out to you. You can go through this video again and do that for yourself. Canva, the thing that we just used, is a really, really easy tool to help you create awesome content. It's probably the most simple content creation tool I've ever used in my life. Once again, be real and authentic in your content and really don't overthink it. If you think content is a hard thing, it's not. Once you have the idea down, like I said, you've probably already won 80% of the battle. Then you just got to take that idea, have a picture, and post that on Facebook. Put it into Canva, make it look good, and post it on Facebook, and you're all done. One more thing I wanted to mention real quick before we go. I know we're all out of time. Thank you guys for staying with me. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram at WBank Media. If you want, everything that we put on our page is completely free. We're not ever going to charge you for any advice or anything. All this and more videos can be found on our Facebook and Instagram pages at WBank Media. Also join our group, Social Media Tips for Small Businesses. Every day we put in there actionable advice just like this to help business owners like you succeed on their own in social media. Or if you ever have any questions, please reach out to me. There's my email. I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you, a Zoom, a phone call, whatever it might be. So thank you guys. That's all I have for today. Thanks, Kevin, for having me. Appreciate it.
Weston, you're a rock star. Thanks tons for all that information. Again, remember that this is session 1. So we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. Going to give you guys a little bit of a break. Go get some caffeine, a donut, whatever you need right now to get you through. Everybody should already have the link for the second session, which will begin promptly at 11 o'clock. So as soon as we log off here, we're immediately going to open up the next Zoom link for the next meeting, which are going to be more of the advanced marketing tips that Weston's going to be presenting to us. So anyway, also in about 5 minutes, I will have the email that will go out to you that will have the media content creation template that Weston talked about there, as well as a number of other links that he's provided for us. So anyway, again, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you being with us, and we will be back with you in about 3 minutes. Thanks.